Okay, boys, welcome to LJG Sports. Today we're going to talk about the Texans and should they be worried about their offensive line. Now, obviously, ever since C.J. Stroud has been in the league, excuse me, for the Texans, he's been pretty good when he's given time to actually throw the ball. And we could even see this if you're an older Texan fan, even when Deshaun Watson was on the Texans. Our offensive line has never been great ever since really like the prime Matt Schaub days, I would say. And that trend continued last year. Even the year prior in CJ's rookie year, the Texans' offensive line was not that good, and we were hoping that this year or last year would have been the year for it all to come together. I feel like week one they played really well, and then after that it just, whether it was injuries or whether it was Kenyon Green literally being like the worst guard in the league, it was just it was done. And we had, I believe, we gave up the second most sacks in the league. I think only the Browns had more. And yeah, there's even stats to prove it. When CJ has time, he is much better than when he's under pressure. It's like day and night. It's like his interceptions, almost all of them come from when he's under pressure. And even when he did have pressure, like against the Chiefs in the divisional game, where he faced as much pressure, I think, if not a little more, than Patrick Mahomes did in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. We saw how Patrick played, and don't look at the stats. That's forgiving of how Patrick played against that pressure. CJ faced basically the exact same pressure in the divisional game against the Chiefs, and he actually did okay. That's with Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs out. So give CJ Stroud time, and I think he'll be right back to where he was during his rookie year. The sophomore slump, I'm not too worried about it. So it's important that we get this offensive line down. Do I worry about the offensive line? Yes. But apparently Nick Caserio and the Texans do not. Recently, Caserio said that they're not concerned about it. And so we should not be concerned about it either. Now, over the past couple of months, Houston has brought in guys like Cam Robinson, Iriante Irsay from the drafts, Laken Tomlinson, Ed Ingram, even Trent Brown, who I keep forgetting that we have on this team, in effort to bolster this offensive line. And of course, I don't expect Caserio to say like, oh, we're definitely worried about the offensive line. But the way he said it, it's like, we're not concerned about it, so you guys shouldn't be either. It's either one of two things. Either A, they're very confident, so that's why he kind of took a stab. Like, y'all shouldn't be worried about it either. Or he's overcompensating, and it's like, yeah, he slightly is worried about it, and so he's like, it's an aggressive response to it. Yeah. So, am I worried about the Texans' offensive line? Slightly, and only because I felt like we should have added more bodies to the room, even though we have quite a bit. And yes, we got rid of Laremy Tunsil, we got rid of Shaq Mason, got rid of Kenyon Green. We still have Titus Howard. We still have guys like Drew Scruggs and Blake Fisher and Jared Patterson. It'll be interesting to see who is the starting five on week one, because my thinking is I don't think there's really one guy that has a for sure starting position except for Titus Howard, whether that's at left tackle, whether that's at right tackle, whether it's at left guard, right guard, who knows. I feel like he's the only one that like I can bet my money on having a starting position on this offensive line. Everyone else, I think it's a free-for-all, and I hope the competition brings out the most in these guys, and that at the very least to have a mediocre offensive line. We had one of the worst last year. If we could have like the 15th best offensive line in the league, 16th best, anywhere in that range, I'm fine with it. Is it ideal? No, but it's something. It's not bottom of the pack like it was the past 2 years. And with the defense that we have, and CJ Stroud, and the new weapons he has, and Jaden Higgins, and Noel, and Collins coming back, and in a year, hopefully, Tank Dell. Like, this is a very good football team with a great head coach who is respected by his players, who's loved by his players. So that's all I'm asking for the Texans. And I do think the Texans will be better on the offensive line. Yes, we got rid of guys, again, like Laremy Tunsil, and he was our best offensive lineman, but there is something to be said about continuity and I'm hoping that the Texans can get that this offseason with the group of guys that we have. Like I said, a bunch of names on this offensive line who can and are able to start. It'll be interesting to see who ends up being the starting five. Let me know down below who you think the starting five will be for the Texans in Week 1. Are you worried about the Texans' offensive line? Should I be? Let me know what you agree with, disagree with down below.